Welcome to LSC, your local sports channel. It's high school basketball with Hampton High School, where the Crabbers are playing host to the Bethel Bruins. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Hintz along with Brent Musgrove. This is the 2nd of December, 2014, our opening game of the season. Brent Musgrove is going to get some interviews for us, and he'll go with Craig Breon from Bethel Bruins. Brent, are you ready?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with head coach Craig Breon. Coach, you've been at this a long time. Coming off kind of a tough year last year, but here you're coming back. You've got a lot of youth this year, but you've got some strengths. You've got a young man that everybody's going to be talking about as long as he's around. Of course, that's 6'11". But I want to first ask you a little bit about your team this year. Being so young, but with some great talent, what do you see your team's strengths are, and is your team buying into it?
Well, we've had two tough seasons the last couple of years. We know Baycoat and Dickens are the catalyst for our team. We're going to build around those two basketball players. Hope the other kids step up and play the way we expect them to play. We are young, but we expect some things out of this team to be much better than last year.
I know when we were watching you over at practice, you were working real hard on the inside and out, but you've got youth on that big man, and he's got to develop along with your guards. Let's talk a little bit about some of those players, if you don't mind. Let's talk about him a little bit. Let's talk about Baycoat first. Let's tell what this young man means to your team. Of course, the family name goes on forever.
Well, I've had two of his older brothers that played for me, and they were outstanding kids. And Cam's going to follow that line as well. He's got 3 Division I offers right now as a sophomore. He's gotten a little stronger since last year. We expect his leadership to come forward and lead this team.
Well, Coach, I want to then go to the big guy everybody's talking about besides Baycoat. Those are 2 big, strong horses, and that's the young man Dickens. Last year we saw him at 6'8" with a broken foot. I walked in your gym, and there's this 6'11" tower wearing a size 17 shoe. Tell me a little bit about this man.
Well, we're excited about DeJour. I mean, I've never had a kid quite that size, 6'11". We've had a few 6'9s. But DeJour is really skilled for his size. He's got to get stronger as an athlete, but really skilled, athletic for his size. We're just hoping he comes into his own this year and really makes a way for this basketball team.
Well, my last question, looking at the 2 teams tonight, Hampton's going to have a tough time matching up with you in size, but they've got some guards that bring pressure. What do you see from this Hampton team tonight, and what do you have to do to make it your way?
Well, size can neutralize, guard play can neutralize size, the quickness, and so we know they got 4 talented guys that can score. We've got to make sure we get back and defend those guys first, make other guys that aren't successful for them make plays tonight, and that's what our focus is.
Coach, I want to thank you so much, not only for tonight, but for the work you've given us all week. You've really helped us out a lot. Thanks
you, Brent.
again.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, thank you. Okay, Bob, back to you.
All right, thanks, Brent. And you know, both of these teams have 2 outstanding sophomores, and you mentioned both of them, Dickens and Baycoat for the Bruins. And then you look over, and I'm sure you're going to talk about the Masadi Pitt and Marquise Godwin, the other 2 sophomores on the Hampton squad. This has been a rivalry that goes way back to when I was coaching at Bethel back in the 70s. So you got a lot of things going on that you've got to talk with these people. And Hampton has got a team that they figure that they're going to have to put pressure on you up and down the court. Brent, have you got Coach Brower for me?
Thanks again, Bob. Of course, I'm here with senior coach Walter Brower. This man's not much in basketball he hadn't seen or done. 3 state championships. Coach, you had a good year last year, not the year you wanted, but 16-6. Come in tonight, and you lacked a little size last year. Now you come in tonight, you've got 2 of the premier guards they're talking about in the state, and they're just sophomores and juniors. But tell me a little about your team this year, where you see they are, and what do you got to do to make them better?
Well, hopefully we'll be better than last year because we now have some experience. Last year we just didn't have it except for Ciante, so we you know, we're not afraid to take young men that you know, just start, and because we teach, you got to teach, and you know, Mascotti is a fine young man. He'll listen. He's got to learn to run the offense. And Marquise, of course, is a shooter because he made all, well, I guess district or Penn South, whatever they call it now.
I'm going to talk about them in just a second, but let me just ask you this. Okay. With the team you've got now, looking at what's out here tonight, what do you feel your best game is going to be? Are you still going to be that pressure offense we used to see all the time, or are you going to be playing more zone? How are you going to handle it?
It's too late to change, okay? I'll just handle it that way. It's too late to change. We're going to do what we've been working on for years. We're not going to change.
They knew it last year, and they're just going to get better at it this year. Let me ask you about a couple of players real quick. Let me first talk Marquise Scott. When you talked about him, let's tell him what this man means to your team.
Well, Marquise Godwin is a pure shooter. He can fill it up if he gets going. So, you know, I think he's going to take his responsibility and do what he's supposed to do. I just expect him to probably double him. That's the only thing.
Now, let me go to the next second young man. Tell me about Mastrati Pitt. I watched this guy last year. He just impressed the heck out of me.
Scotty Pitt's a point guard. And a lot of people would call him a lead guard because he does both. He scores and he also, you know, runs the offense. You know, he's a great young man, does a heck of a job for us. And a third league scorer last year. I expect big things from him.
Last question, Coach. You're playing against a team that shows some tremendous size and some good cards in Baycoat. What do you have to do with your team tonight to make it successful?
Don't back off, just play.
Play that pressure of Hampton High School. Coach, thank you so much for all your help this week and that you're always giving it to us. Okay, Bob, back to you.
Thanks, Brent. I want to take a minute right now to talk about our crew. We got on cameras Randy Bagoli, Susan Bowers, Rube Gabray, and Stephen Fryer. Graphics and animation, Matt Buckwalder. Greg Lesko is doing audio and is the chief engineer. And Krista Campbell is our director tonight. Andy Foley is their executive producer. Our officials tonight, the head man is Mike Powers. He's going to be surrounded by Mike Hathaway and Linwood Smith. Those are our people with the striped shirt on tonight. I tell you, Brent, you've got a job tonight if you keep and score. This is going to be up and down the court. This has been a team that has, or a rivalry that's been around since the 70s. Actually goes back into 68 when Hampton, when Bethel first opened in 68, and there has been a rivalry. And it's, you look at this gym, it is packed.
So here we go. Are we doing the starting lineups now?
Yes. Well, he's going to talk a little bit about what you have to do as far as a fan. But he'll introduce the starters in just a minute.
While we got this second, while he's talking, I think you hit it right on the head. You're going to see some guard play from both teams with Baco and Bethel and the other two, Pitt, and the gentleman we just talked about with the coach. It just depends on how they employ the rest of their team.
Right.
It's going to be awesome.
All right, Brent, ready for a great game. This is going to be a game that's, and I didn't look at the schedule good enough, but they're going to meet again the last game of the season before they go into regional play.
Well, if the good Lord don't take me home, I plan on being here. Let me just say this. I'm excited about this game because of the talent. Hampton looks young, but they've got experience in that youth. And those boys, those sophomores this year were playing as seniors last year when they were freshmen.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting how they get everybody else involved.
Both teams have two freshmen, so that makes it different. Justin Red, number 5. 11 is Cam Baycoat. His brother had a heck of a game the other night.
31 points for Old Dominion.
10 is Donovan Pace. And number 1 is Kennard Ricks. And wait till you hear this, DeJour Dickens. They got him at 6'10" here, but he's 6'11". He's everything is big. What a nice young man. We got a chance to talk to him. Very intelligent, control of himself. Love to see that.
I want to tell you, his shoes are so big. You could stand him in my driveway in the rain and it'd be a dry spot like my car when he left. He is a big young man, I'm telling you.
First one, number 10, one of the guys you talked about, Marquise Godwin.
He's someone to watch, Bob.
Number 20 for the Crabbers, Jalen Ray. Matthias Caver, number 32.
And number
42, Chris Crossland. I must have missed one somewhere.
Well, I didn't see him come out.
Masadi Pitt, number 2.
Yeah, I thought they were keeping a secret. Maybe they weren't going to tell us till the game started because I didn't hear him announced either.
Let me tell you, this is something I've been looking forward since we found out we're going to do these games, and we want to thank right up front LSC and your local sports channel for bringing these games to you. This place is packed. A lot of people that couldn't get in the door are going to be able to see this game.
And here we go again with the starters for Bethel. We're going to put them up on the screen for you, folks. We got them earlier today. Of course, you can see we got Ricks, Ned, Pace, Baycoat, and Dickens. Dickens, the young man, Baycoat is going to be a story in himself, just like his brother. So you're looking for a lot of talent on that Bethel team. And here comes Hampton, of course. Bob, you want to take this?
Yeah, you got Masadi Pitt, Marquise Godwin, Jalen Ray, Matthias Caver, and Chris Goslin. And let me tell you, ready for some ball. As you say, the guy says, are you ready to rumble?
There's got to be some shooting there. You look out there at that center place, though. You got a man standing out there 6'11", and another man's got 4 pair of socks on his shoes to be 6'4". Let's just see how this goes. Now, I'm going to talk about Dickens a little bit as we go. Dickens got the tap, but Hampton got the ball.
Yeah, and that's the speed of Masadi Pitt. And Bethel better keep a hand on number 10, Marquise Godwin, because he will shoot that ball.
A little bit extra pass, didn't need it. Oh, that's got to be something. Oh.
Hampton's end up with 3-4 missed layups. You think they're tight?
That's one block.
And he did not come back to put his hand straight up.
Steal right there by Godwin. Just took it right out of his hands. Floater. Rebound. Hampton. Oh,
Number 32 for the Crabbers is the first guy to get on the scoreboard. And Matthias Caver.
Hampton's coming out almost a 2-2-1 three-quarter zone press. He got it trapped in the corner. Trying to. He's going right to the board. And
missing a lot of layups. We got a first foul of the game. And that is on number 5 for the Bruins, and that's Justin Red, 5'10" sophomore. I'm sorry, junior. He's a junior.
And that takes Ray to the line for the first 2 free throws. He's in the act of shooting.
Well, you notice one thing Hampton is trying to do right off the bat is not let Bethel get into a half-court offense, because if they do, they know they're going to get the ball inside, and that puts pressure on the Crabbers.
Well, as I used to say about a big man, best way to beat him is leave him at half court.
Yes.
Make him do something before he gets there. Hampton jumps out to a 4-0 lead, but don't count on that last one.
Jalen Ray hit both of those free throws, but they're going to press. They're going to make Hampton.
Oh, just went through his hands. Good pass.
Yep, you got to catch that ball. Look that ball into your hands. He's a little bit nervous. He had to sit out most of last year because he broke a bone in his foot. The doctor looked at his foot when he broke it. He says, this guy's still got about a 3-inch growth plate there. And I believe he hit it.
They don't get no swing.
He's the man that can light it up. Quick 6 points for the Crabbers.
He's still in that 2-2-1. Press. Oh, he couldn't see a touch on that.
Yeah, a little push that time.
That's going to be on number 2 for Hampton.
That's Masadi Pitt.
Yeah, we didn't need that one. Bring it in on the side. Let's see if Bethel can get on track here now. And Hampton's dropped back on it, playing a man.
One thing I like about Baycoat, and I'm talking about what the coach said. Last year, he struggled offensively. Now he's getting screens. He's doing a lot of it on his own, driving to the basket, and he's playing better defense, which makes him a better offensive player.
And he's learned how to use picks and things like that better. And instead of just shooting off of him, learning to drive off of him. Hampton's making him work. There's the first shot from the outside, and it's a three. That's Baco.
So that's one way to cut the lead in half.
That's 2 blocks. He walked.
And that's Baco. He's got 5 points for the I'm sorry, not the Crabbers, the Bruins. I'll get it out.
Well, Hampton's going to have to do something. He took it right away from him.
Hampton will go down and get the ball in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's going to go over to Bethel because I think he slid out of bounds, Bob. Well, it's the pace we've wanted.
Well, and I tell you what, we've always been impressed with Hampton. Even sometimes because they're smaller, doesn't mean they can't rebound. They have great timing on their rebound.
They do teach, as Coach Brower said tonight in the interview. We teach. That's what we do. We teach. Now, they won a state championship several years ago with the tallest man being 6'3". You see how Hampton brings it up floor. That's number 3 block.
Whoa.
That's his 3rd block already.
And then a lot of people walked in here just to see him. And there's the guy you can't leave open. Marquise Godwin is a shooter. And Coach said that in the interview. He is a shooter. When you have long rebounds, and that's what you get when you shoot a 3, and your big man is under the basket, he's not going to get many of those rebounds because they're long rebounds.
Yeah, it's pretty tough when the ball's bouncing back out in 8-9 feet. And there's Godwin with the ball again. He's looking for the pick, and there it is. Another shot. Nope, he's a little bit off. Big man with the rebound, got it off the floor.
I don't care where you get it.
That's right. Goes down in the book. I like the way he's working inside right now. They haven't been able to find him inside because Hampton's playing that zone. There's Baycoat again. Oh, almost getting full over the back.
Yeah, he did. I think they're going to call it over the back. And DeJour Dickens, his first foul. But that's the teaching that Eric Brown and Walter Brower and Walter Brower Jr. do.
You
Get position, block out, make the guy go over your back to get the rebound. We got to stop it to play, and I'm not sure what it's about.
Something's going on near the bench, and Coach Brower wants it stopped. I don't know what it is over there.
Oh, he's got a player down there that is hurt, so he's working on him. It looks like number 32 for the Crabbers. And that's Matthias Caver. He's act like he's hurt his knee or something. And see, only one coach can stand up. And that's why Mike Powers blew the whistle. And Brower had said, I'm going to go see a hurt player.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Hampton's going pound for pound for rebounds.
They are out-rebounding the Bruins right now.
Who was the foul on, 23?
23 got the foul. Masadi Pitt will shoot 2 from the line. The Crabbers with the 3-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The defense and the nervousness of these two teams, they have both missed 2 or 3 crippies, layups. Pitt got them both.
Well, 3:02 left.
Number 34 for the Crabbers comes in, and that's Ricky Hatcher Jr. He replaced Jalen Ray.
What people don't realize is that young man with the ball, 10, Godwin is a guard, but he's 6'4".
And he's a shooter.
And he's a shooter. I saw that move by his brother for a couple of years, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's twice they've thrown it inside.
Well, no, that time
It
the
was
Hampton
deflected.
man deflected it, so that went off the basketball. But you got to do a good inside pass. Get the ball high. Nobody can jump up and get the ball away
You got a
from
6'1" man in front of you, and you're trying to throw to a 6'11" guy 5 feet away. What would you do? Throw it up high.
it. And that's carrying the ball. Mike Powers called carrying the ball.
Well, I got to say, so far, Dickens has made his presence known on the drive to the basket. He's blocked 3 shots already.
Well, defensively, but offensively,
He's
the
had
coach wants a little more out of him.
Yep. Nice shot.
And
Baker.
that's using that backboard. You and I have talked about
Yep.
that many times. That's got to be at least 7 points. He's got all the points for the Bruins.
Yes, he does. Oh, my Lord. That was down and back out. That should have been a 5-pointer if it went in.
Let's see if they try to get it inside.
Well, this is what Coach talked to us about when we went over to his practice. They're going to settle this thing down. There's the big man. Now he can distribute it somewhere. He got cut off.
So they call it a charge.
And 24.
Jeremiah Owusu is just a sophomore, 6'3", but he took the ball right to the basket, and the defensive man from the Hampton did a good job establishing himself.
I think he called it on 50. Clearing out.
Yeah, he used the arm bar. First foul on Justin Red.
Well, he's a big boy right there, and he's going to match up weight-wise with anybody in there. Well, that's a follow-up right
That's
there.
right. That's Isaiah Bell that did that. He's one of the seniors on this Crabber team. We got a timeout. Coach Breon wants to get Cam Bako back in there. But right now, Hampton is dictating the game because they're getting the offensive and defensive rebounds and hitting the outside shot. When you got somebody like Godwin that can 6'4", bring the ball up the court when Masadi Pitt is set down taking a breather, and he's 6'4" and can hit that 3, you got to be worried.
Well, Hampton's, like you're saying, you can't run if you can't hurt the boards. And you got to be able to kick it out to run. And Hampton, especially on the defensive boards, they're not getting but one shot, Bethel, if they're getting the shot off right now. So that's what's keeping Hampton giving Hampton the lead. They're kicking that ball out. But if you watch right now, it looks like they're playing a 2-3 zone.
Yes, they are, and they're going to trap. When they get down in the corners, they'll trap. But they'll put pressure on the ball.
It's almost a matchup ball.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, man. Wow.
Boy, they're missing too many of those shots inside.
Somebody's put some cellophane on that bucket. Oh, he got his own rebound. Oh, you can't do that.
And look at that. That's more basketball right there. Bring it back out.
Start over again.
And that's Roy Coleman-Sykes. But they were not aware of what was on the clock. And that'll drive a coach
Nuts.
oh, man, nuts. You got to know how much time is on the clock. You got 2 offensive rebounds and then didn't get a good shot. Wow, what a first half. Let me tell you
First quarter.
Well, it seemed like a half. But you're right, it was just a quarter.
Well, you hit it on the head about 4 minutes ago. The score is now 12-7, and let me break that down. It is 5 different players scoring 12 points for Hampton, and 1 player scoring 7 points for Bethel. And I'm just saying, some other people got to get involved or this ain't going to work.
Yeah. And you got to start making good entry passes into De Jure. I mean, this young man, he's 6'11", guys. Take advantage. He's blocked 3 shots. Now Hampton now knows we can't take the ball to him because he's not going to slam the ball down and make a foul because he came down. He's putting his hands up and he's keeping them up.
He's been trained well in AAU ball. Coach Breon and the others about, like you say, hands straight up. If he's 6'11", standing flat-footed with those 4-foot arms up there, that's going to be difficult to shoot over. On the other hand, it should be a little bit easier to pass to.
Well, you made a good point. If you're 6'1", don't throw the ball where he can get it. If 6'11", throw the ball where the big guy can get it.
Forget the 6'1" guy, the defender.
Yeah, take him out of the equation. Put the ball up in the air where he cannot jump to get it.
All right, Hampton still on that 2-3 because it's working for him right now. Why change? They brought Dickens up to the foul line right there for him to distribute the ball. And there's what they want right there. And he just got his first rebound.
He'll make those shots eventually. Right now, he's a little he hesitated before taking that shot.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure if he should. He ought to go right back up and put that ball in and maybe reach over and dunk the ball.
Well, Godwin's got a strange way, we talked about it last year, of moving his feet when he's shooting a jump shot.
Yeah.
Nice shot, take it off the glass.
Hey, whatever works.
Thank you.
Hampton's going to live and die by that outside shot because they can't get it inside. And that's Baycoat. Didn't keep his head up.
Yeah,
it was a great drive.
Yeah. Well, if Hampton gets warm from the outside again, that's what's going to keep them alive. But like you said, penetrating inside, they found out it's not a worthwhile endeavor for the most part.
Hampton very methodical.
So they're trying to work inside too. And there's his 4th block. But he had a backside man when he went up for that shot. Whoa.
Number 5.
That's number 5.
For the Bruins, and that's Justin Red, 5'10" junior.
It's tie ball game.
Well, that's 5 straight points.
Yep. I don't know why he's counting 5. Sure, a lot of distance in there. There's hand check right there.
You can't do the hand check.
Yep. That's going to be 2 on 24.
Yeah, it is. Jeremiah Owusu.
And that's the 2 brothers that played football for him. Remember that? Wide receiver?
Yep. He's one of the 2.
Yep. Well, he's got both of them on the team. Oh, man, they can't buy it. That's 2 of them have gone down in and out and come back out. Bethel has a chance to take the lead now for the first time.
And that's the guy you want, and he is on fire. That's Baycoat, Cam Baycoat. And Walter and Eric Brown said, hey, let's take a quick time out here and see what's happening.
Well, Hampton has not scored in the second quarter with 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes gone.
And it's not because the ball hadn't gone halfway down the basket 2 or 3 times. Oh, my. Has it warmed up in here to you, or is it just me?
Well, I said something a minute ago about the strength of the heat and air conditioning system in here.
You don't need no air conditioning, or you don't need no heating
Well, the
system in here.
heater's working really good.
Oh, that's what's going. Well, let's turn it down a bit.
If there's a switch on the wall around here somewhere, let's find it. Well, let's see what Coach Brower and his staff have worked out to come out here and take back control of this game, because, like you said, they've been living on the 10-12 footer to the three-pointer, and all of a sudden the 10-12 footer quit falling.
And these guys know each other. You saw right there, Cam Baker was just a talking to Goblin.
They probably play on the same AAU teams.
I'm sure. Bethel is contesting every pass.
Yeah. Now they're going to go man. They're going to see how this works out with the big man. Is he going to stay underneath or what? No, he's coming out a little bit.
But I don't think he's worried about that guy shooting getting a three-pointer on him.
They just can't buy a basket.
Boy, they are cold.
Baycoat took it right to the bucket.
Right to the back. He's got so much more confidence
smooth
this year as a sophomore than he had as a freshman.
There you go, number 20.
That was nice shot that time.
It's Hampton's first 2 points of the second half.
Jalen Ray, great job, Jalen. Had to alter that shot just a bit. He missed the shot.
Yeah.
Jalen Ray missed the shot, went in, tried to steal the ball, and ended up getting the foul.
That's the second foul. One they did not need.
But there's only been 8 fouls called in this first half.
Yeah. Well, for all that touchy stuff they talked about for all the last 2 weeks we've been talking about it.
I haven't seen a lot of that.
No, but I haven't seen a whole lot of the physical stuff we used to see either. You definitely can see a change in the physical contact in the game as what it was last year.
And that's the coaches. The coaches are doing a good job of, and when you and I came over and watched the scrimmage when Hampton scrimmaged Hampton Christian, I mean, they called every touch. So the guys getting used to it.
Yeah, it was almost silly, but they did it on purpose so that Hampton would understand what they're going to be facing.
I tell you, neither team is shooting the lights out. The only one that's having a good offensive night is Cam Baycoat.
Right now, he's having the night. Nobody else has gotten really hot out here.
But he's penetrating. He didn't do that last year.
Right.
And that's what the coach said. He's got so much more confidence. And there's the shooter.
And he's just not quite got it going right now.
He started off hot, and then he's cooled off. Get it to your big guy.
Well, I tell you what, he got up there, 42.
Boy, I tell you what, 42 was climbing. 42
he called
was
the charge.
climbing, and that's Chris Crossland. We got an offensive charge. That's 2 5 fouls on both teams, and that was on number 10 for the Crabbers. Marquise Godwin got that charge. Got to be control.
I thought something happened underneath the board. I mean, at some point you're supposed to be allowed to come down, but I guess I missed that.
Well, you got to let the guy come down, right?
Well, it all happened underneath the basket is where all the contact took place.
Short. Could see that being short.
He forced that a little bit.
Yeah. He's got so much confidence in his shot, and his young man that can shoot the ball.
Well, you see who they look for to bring the ball down every
They
time.
bring that ball to Cam Baycoat.
They're walking.
I tell you, I've never seen so many missed shots under the basket, both these teams.
It's a little, for no contact, there's a little bit of contact.
Yeah, they're letting them play a little bit.
There's Baycoat again.
That nice little floater. He's got to have
He's got 10 points.
10 points.
How's he counting? He backed off.
Oh, good left hand.
Yep.
You love to see that. Then he makes the steal. And now we got a foul on number 20 for the Bruins. Terrence Miller, he's 6'3", just a sophomore. You look on Bethel's roster, and I see 3 seniors, and that's it.
That's
three
it.
seniors.
Yeah, that's what I talked to him about tonight. I said, you
Four
still got a young team.
sophomores.
You still got a young team. But look at the talent that he's got. I mean,
Yeah.
Baycoat's a sophomore. Dickens is a sophomore.
How many points has Hampton scored in the second quarter? It couldn't be many.
2. They had 12 points at the end of the first quarter. And with 6 minutes and 29 seconds, whatever
Well, you
going.
talk about a dry spell. Oh, my goodness.
Well, they're living down on the jumper and the penetration.
There's number 5.
Yep. Boy, you got a radar beacon around that rim if you're Bethel. Ooh, he almost threw that over.
Well, he didn't look to where the player was.
No, he
He
thought,
wasn't where he thought he was. Tried to force that in.
Yep.
He would have been better off going up using that left hand, trying to score. But I know he doesn't want to do. He's trying to get his other teammates
players
involved.
Yeah. Well, it's a 6-point game after all this. Hampton's only scored 2 points, and they've got less than a minute to go.
Well, the girls had this many points at the end of the first quarter.
Gotta hit.
They just are not hitting their outside shot. I'm talking about the Crabbers.
Yeah. I tell you, when they come out at halftime, they better do some practice. This is not what either coach wanted from Hampton. They expected it.
Well, sometimes it happens because of the pressure. You're shooting the ball a little different than you normally do. And Baycoat is on. He is on tonight. He's hitting the outside shot. He's driving in. He's making shots with either hand, driving to the basket.
Bethel's playing a great defense.
Oh,
Good
nice
shot.
move. Nice move. That was number 42, Chris Crosland. And there's Baycoat again at the buzzer. Biggest lead for the Bruins, 9 points. Wow. Up and down, up and down. I thought we would see more scoring. 16 to 25. I thought it would be more scoring than we have, but you got to look at the defense, Brent.
Well, Hampton's running up against the backboard. It's not there. Every time they go drive to the board, what they're used to doing, it's getting kicked back. 4 blocks, or 5 blocks already by Dickens.
5 blocks for Dickens, but that's not what's hurting them right now. They cannot make the outside shot. Godwin hit the first shot. He took a 3-pointer. And since then, I don't know what he's done, but he is just having a hard time getting that ball to go in the basket.
Well, just make it real simple. The score is 25-16, and Baycoat had 7 in the first half. He's got 11 in the second quarter. He's now got 18 points in the first half.
18 of the 25.
is right there.
Wow.
So,
I'll tell you, stay tuned for the second half. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. welcome back to Hampton High School Gymnasium, where the score right now is Bethel Bruins 25, Hampton 16. Starting the second half, Brent, what a great game it's been so far, but you've got an easy job as far as the scoring for the Bethel Bruins.
Well, this made it very simple, but pretty much look at one guy. I mean, Bethel has 25 points, and 3 people have scored the 25 points, and 18 have been scored by Mr. Baycoat. Now, he's on pace to break his brother's record from last week at Old Dominion, and he got nominated Player of the Year of the Week in the country. So he's on a good pace.
Hey, if you hit 8 of 8 from the field and 11 or 13 free throws.
Well, and you got to think of this. Hampton's going into that locker room saying, one guy's beating us to death. We got to keep the ball out of his hands because he's not missing when he gets it.
Right.
And so they got to get it out of his hands. And they got to figure out how to do that.
What about Hampton's scores?
Hampton's got 6 people that have scored, but the most that's been scored by him is 4 points. They got 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. And all 6 players.
Well, they spread it out, but they are missing a lot.
They went cold.
Outside.
They went cold.
Cold.
Yes,
I thought they were inside a freezer.
I thought we were Penguin City. I kept waiting for the light to go off in the refrigerator, as old Frank Akers said.
And DeJorn, Dickens.
5
blocks. Wow.
And that's
wow.
And they're all been around the layup for the most part, is where he's blocked that shot. So here we go. Hampton gets the ball to start the second half, Bob, and they're down by 8 points. Got to see what they're going to do. 9 points down. That's where they are. And so they're waiting for something. Here we go.
Here we go. Godwin is bringing the ball in bounds. Jalen Ray, number 20, is right there back court, ready to get the ball. But they're going to get it to Masadi Pitt because he's your point guard.
And Bethel has come out in a man. And they are going to shatter the shooters. Now, I'm going to tell you, 32 followed his shot. Nice work right there.
And you can't ask for anything better than that, and that's Matthias Caver. And I thought he hurt his knee in the first quarter, but he seems to be okay. Now, they're picking him up three-quarter court now. And that's the first good shot, good pass inside your big man.
And it made it look very easy from the
Yes,
height
he
he's
did.
at. You know, I've always thought it might be easier to shoot when you're looking down. I've just never known.
I've never done that.
Double dribble.
And that was caused by number 5 for the Bruins, and that's Justin Red. He put pressure, got in the passing lane where the guy was going to pass the ball, and he jumbled his feet. Sometimes defense doesn't show. A nice left hand that time by
number 5.
And it's the man I was talking about earlier, Justin Ned. He's just a junior.
Well, I got to tell you right now, Bethel's man-to-man seems to be doing a job. There's a floater. Hampton can't buy one.
Well, and that ball was a little bit changed. He changed the arc of that ball a little bit. And I'm talking about Dickens.
Yeah. Bethel's gotten it out to an 11-point lead. Watch the glass.
There you go. Hang around. Something good will happen. That's 4 points for Dickens in the second half so far.
Short, but he got fouled.
And he'll be three foul shots. A lot of people may not realize this, but DeJour Dickens, as an 8th grader, was at Hampton High School.
That's right.
And he transferred to Bethel as a freshman. So there, might be a little bit of
animosity.
A little bit.
I think Hampton would like to.
Well, they'd like to have kept him.
Is he calling it for 3 or not?
Yeah, I think so. They had to. He was shooting. He was outside when he shot. It's got to be 3.
Well, I think Hampton's glad to see something go through the net.
Yeah.
They didn't know if it worked or not. Somebody put a piece of cellophane on it in the second quarter. Bethel still with an 11-point lead. And Hampton's going to need to make a run. Of course, we've talked about this before. That's a great shot. Camera crew, awesome job. Look at that.
That's Steve Fry underneath that basket.
That's absolutely awesome.
They're getting the ball inside, but if you hadn't got anything, he wasn't ready for the pass.
But that didn't matter.
He said, "The heck with you, I'll just shoot it myself." And I'm talking about
Got a three.
Justin Ned, and he's kind of let his presence known in this third quarter.
Yes, he has. That's 5 points. That totals what he got in the first half. And it's what just happened is what I think Hampton needs to do. They need to start driving to the basket and trying to draw the foul.
Well, they kind of got away from it because they had 5 blocks, and so you kind of get gun shy.
That's a third foul on number 20 for Bethel.
Number 20 to Terrence Miller, just a sophomore. He's got 3 on him already.
Yes, sir.
He's the only one that's in foul trouble. We got foul that time. I think it's on Mark.
It's an offensive foul again on number 20, Hampton.
Yeah, that's Marquise. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jalen Ray.
And that's his third.
He used a little arm bar that time on DeJour Dickens.
A little bit high, he got it.
3 seconds, they passed the ball. And that's selfishness. They're passing the ball trying to get a better shot, but you got to get out of the lane sometime.
You got to realize where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't let you build a campfire in there and make a scout moment out of it.
Well, how you going to get your hot dogs if you don't build a campfire?
That's right.
Yeah. Nice rebound.
Yeah, number 2 for Hampton.
Good, and that's Mercedes Pitt, and he just was great timing. And they're arm-barring him, and they're going to call that foul. You can't put your arm on stop. That's one of the things that they're emphasizing this year.
And that was on Godwin. That's his second.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 2 on him. You got to like the way Baycoat jumps and gets to the height of his jump before he shoots. And this guy needs to start hitting. And there you go. 3 by Marquise Godwin.
If he gets hot, he'll get him back in it.
See, I'll give up 2 if I can get 3.
Yeah, but the way Baycoat's shooting, he hasn't missed much. But I like the way Baycoat plays because he's smart. He knows he's on, but he's still looking for the other man. He's still moving the ball around.
He's not trying to take every shot.
Correct. Charge on Baycoat. That's his first.
He was looking for a screen to try to get a screen and roll from DeJour and did not get it. The defense did not let him roll to the basket.
I don't know who
we got a timeout. I don't know who's timeout.
He'll tell us.
Well, he didn't tell you who was getting the timeout, so I'm going to assume it's Bethel. And that's my assumption.
Well, I think you got a 50% chance of being right. And I'd like those odds.
We got another game coming up. We got a game coming up on the 5th, which is Friday.
And who are we playing?
We're going to get to see the Bethel Bruins again play at Bethel against Phoebus.
It's going to be a great game. Well, we got a chance. We're going to make Teach Player game again tonight. Of course, those T-shirts are sponsored by Tidewater Team Sports. They're brought to you by Terry McNamara and David Chubb. And they've been making that presentation for many, many years, Bob, since he was a young man. You know?
And I was so young. I knew Matt Buckwalter's dad. He had an engraving thing, David Buckwalter, and we got plaques with the names of the athletes that got player of the game. So that was kind of neat. And then, of course, Dave sold it, moved down to Florida, and just
another history lesson.
There you
go. For people that haven't been around long, that's what happened to Mr. Buckwalter. He is now in Florida.
And then up chops Matt.
He now works here at the station.
Graphics and animation.
He's a whole lot smarter than we are, too.
You got that right, baby.
Well, it's a 10-point game with 3 minutes to go. Hampton's got to get it down to out of those double digits if they're going to make this a real run. Go. You can't throw that ball up there like that. You got to take a good shot.
Yeah.
It's got to be, man.
Well, he was backing up.
Yeah.
He thought about taking that shot.
He did that. He bent those legs just a little bit.
Hey, twitched a minute. What was that?
I think he pushed over the back.
They called a foul on number 5 for the Crabbers.
He did.
No, 50, I'm sorry, 50, and that's Justin Red. And that's his second. All I saw was the 5. I didn't see the fist.
Okay. Well, I expect to see Hampton put up more points than they have tonight, to be honest with you. But I got to give it all to Bethel's defense. And it's almost like a football game. If you're controlling the ball and keeping possession, it's hard for you to score. Oh, he was looking for somebody to continue. Number 10 started.
Well,
Hampton
hit the ball. They changed the direction of the ball.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Eagle eye here. Saw it. Whoa. And the coach, Hampton said, I didn't see it change direction.
I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking right down it. I just saw. I thought he was throwing for number 10 or 11, breaking across.
Number 10 breaking across, but he didn't get the ball. That big old.
Good Lord.
You gotta like Roy Coleman Sykes took the ball right out of the Bethel Bruin rebounder hands. And that's the way you can shoot on him. You gotta shoot a fadeaway. Justin Red did just that. Nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, he hit 1 or 2 of those. It's going to have to make that man come out and play him.
And if you're hot, you're hot. But what I like about Baycoat is he's looking for other people before he takes a shot.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's open, he takes it. He altered the shot.
Yep.
When you alter the shot,
You got a better chance of it not going in.
yep. And that's exactly what DeJour did.
I got to say,
I'm
Godwin got up there a long ways.
he traveled.
Good call, because it could have been a charge or a block. So
Yeah.
either way.
But that was a travel by Joshua. Well, that's a tough pass. He left his feet.
Golly, they can't buy a shot.
Well, again,
He's altered the shot.
he's right. The big man is throwing his hand up there, and that doesn't get into stats. You don't see that.
No. Well, I like the way they're using Dickens, bringing him up top every now and then. There it is.
Oh, nice job that time by number 22. And that's Joshua Owusu. Oh, wow, if you're hot, you're hot. Whoa. Bethel scored 5 straight points right at the end of and within the last 25 seconds.
Yes.
Whoa. We got a 43-28 score. Hampton doubled their output, right?
Hampton scored 12 points. Bethel scored 18 in that third quarter. And it's now opened up to a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
There's the Bruins cheerleading for you can see the fans here. There are people in the stands. They're standing around down by the exits. This place is packed.
Well, we got a chance here tonight.
I tell you what, our crew is just doing an outstanding job.
Look at the picture they get.
And I'm talking about Randy Bedoli, Susan Bowers, Rube Gabray, and Steve Fryer, Matt Buckwaller, graphics and animation, Greg Lesko, audio and the chief engineer, Krista Campbell is the director, executive producers, Amos Foley,
And
Bob Hint.
Renee Campbell, I forget what she's doing. I know she's out there running the truck.
Well, I don't even have her name on
Yeah,
that.
but she's
My
active.
apologies, Renee. I need to talk about Renee 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Camera
Listen to this
control
crowd,
operator.
folks. Listen to this crowd.
They know it's the fourth quarter.
Well,
Doesn't get any bigger than this. Well, that looks sweet.
if he had
Just
made,
a little hard.
if he had made that, this roof would have come off.
He changed the shot, maybe caught a little ball of body,
Yep.
but no call. Not many fouls called in this
No.
game. Nobody's been in the 1-and-1. Either team.
They've only had a total of 11 fouls in the first half, and they've only had 6 here. They had more penalties in the Heritage football game than they've had here
Oh,
tonight.
boy, I tell you, Heritage really had some fouls called.
18.
Penalties.
18.
5 on one play.
Yeah, that time might have been trying to do a little bit too much.
Well, I don't know that he moved the foot. He did a good job of keeping contact, but it looked like he did. So you're going to call it.
Yeah, 7:02 left, and Hampton's trailing by 15. That's the way the fourth quarter started.
Well, Godwin can get hot. Mercedes Pitt can get hot.
Well, they're going to have to do it and keep that. They're going to have to put them up.
And that's a block against number 10 for the Bruins. He tried to get in the way, but you can't be moving into the man.
That's his first, so he's okay. I mean, like I say, there ain't been any fouls called tonight.
No, that's Donovan Pace.
Undercut him right there.
Well, Reeves undercut him, got hit in the eye, and he went down and then took his feet foul, so it's a penalty. And he's going to come out. Number 2 for the Bruins is coming in. It's Miles Barrett, 5'9" sophomore. And Bethel is making Hampton
Good
play
Lord.
offense. Nice job that time by Pitt.
Yeah, Bethel's going to take the air out of it a little bit here. That's what I think they should try to do.
Wow.
It looked like a lot of ball at first, but he may have got him on the head.
Well, because you can't come down.
Yeah.
He was going to slam that one home. I mean, that was going to bring the house down.
That was the fourth foul on number 20. And that's
Wow.
Ray.
Good shot there, DeJour.
What a great game, Bob.
Oh.
It's not the firepower I thought. I thought we was going to see a 75-point game.
Yeah. Number 32, Matthias Caver comes in for Justin Red for the Crabbers.
It was a nice shot.
1 or 2.
I think Coach Breon's got to be much happier with the way that Dickens have played tonight. And of course, Hampton's got to put some shots up. That's what they've got to do.
And there's the guy. That's Godwin. And that was a loose ball.
Yep. But this is what you're going to see now, I think. It's down to a 11-point game.
Yeah, I don't think you can slow down. I just don't.
Not yet. Oh, good try. Call it on 34 for Hampton. And that's Hatcher Jr. That's his first, so he got plenty more.
We're going to have a time. Hampton's calling a timeout.
Yeah.
Walter Brower and Eric Brown want to talk about something. And, of course, also over there you got Mark Godwin's dad is one of the coaches along with Walter Brower Jr. I tell you, this has been a great, great game for defense, for ebb and flow. You see one guy that just kind of took the game on his shoulder, and I'm talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton.
He ain't here. Yeah, I'm telling you, he ain't here.
Yeah,
and
great coach.
And neither is Okafor. He ain't here either.
But Cam's done a great job.
Well,
great job.
Let me just tell you about Mr. Baycoat. He had 18 points at halftime, and he's added 7 more in the third quarter.
You got 25 total.
Yep. I think he's well on his way to establishing his presence, but I have to tell you, just defensive-wise, Mr. Dickens, as a sophomore, has given Coach Breon everything he wanted.
Alternating shot,
Absolutely.
blocking shots, rebounding.
He's made 15 points difference in Hampton.
Well, and he's come out and helped get the ball around, find the open man. You got number 2, Miles Barrett, the sophomore, running the point for Hampton. Wow. And you got to like the hustle that Dickens did. He almost made a basket down the other end and then went down the defense and got the rebound. But there's the man that's the difference in tonight's game.
Right there.
And the game is getting to the point where Hampton's got to make some easy baskets, some transition baskets. hits a couple threes.
This kid can't keep doing this.
Right, they can't slow the game down. Nice drive that time. Nice drive. Jalen Ray, what a nice drive. He slipped, lost the ball, but a lot of that because of the defense. Godwin wants that ball. He's playing the point. And one thing he's doing is he's trying to bring him up. Nice steal. And that was a great steal. And that's what Hampton wants, a quick timeout. You got back into 9 points. You were down what?
They were down 15. We cut it to 9. Now, I don't know if Coach Breon intentionally went to any kind of slowdown. It didn't look like that.
No, I don't think so. In high school, I think, and I see Mike Krzyzewski do that at Duke, and sometimes I think he starts a little too early with it. I don't think you can do it with high school kids.
No.
They lose that momentum, and all of a sudden they're standing around, they're not doing what they were doing before, and you let the other team back in.
Well, we've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it now. Each team, at some point, usually gets a run, maybe 2 runs at a crucial time. Hampton's had a little run. It hasn't been a big run. Bethel had a couple of turnovers. Now, it just depends if Bethel get it back to several, or can Hampton continue that run? And who's going to have the last one? Hampton's got to make up 9 points to make it a game.
I was waiting for that shot.
Me too.
Good feed from Baycoat. Claude Bluffton puts Godwin on the line. And let me tell you, one thing as a coach you want to do is make points when the clock's not running.
Yep.
That foul is the number 1. That's the
Number
first
2.
foul.
That's his first foul.
Miles Berlin done a great job coming off the bench. Just a 5'9", but he's a sophomore. Godwin is a pure shooter.
Well, nobody's gotten hot tonight for Hampton. It just hasn't happened. We've seen probably one of the best performances from a guard in a long time in Mr. Baycoat tonight. He just seems to do whatever he wants to do. He was a great player last year, a great player. This year, if he continues this pace, it's going to be phenomenal. Now here's what Bethel wants to take some air out of it, I think.
Well, now you're down with under 3 minutes.
You got to do it.
And Coach Breon is saying circle, movement,
That's
do
right.
some movement.
Yep, pick and roll, that's what you want to do. Set some screens. That keeps the clock ticking right there. And they're going to do that all night. Going to rush over here and we'll pass it out again. I think it was a foul.
There is a foul, but why would you let a guy double team you right over here?
When they were running the weave so nicely. Second foul on number 2. And that goes to 1 and 1, I believe, doesn't it, Bob?
Yep.
Well, Hampton needs them. They're going to get back in this game.
Hey, Ricky Hampton Jr., good shot of Ricky.
Nope.
You got to make those. Those hurt.
Yep.
assist.
Yes, sir.
Eye contact. And that's what did it. He just looked at him. Eye contact. Nice drive. The basket counts. And the foul is on number 33.
That's Dickens.
DeJour. That's his second. And they get it back into 9 real quick. Now they can drop it to 8. You Bethel, you gotta play smart. That's what you tell them. Don't shoot anything but a layup. And we're under a minute to go. And we're going to have timeout by Bethel with 44.9 seconds. Hands down, player of the game for Bethel, Cameron Baycoat. There's no doubt in my mind, I will fight anybody who says any different.
He's got 27 points right now.
What a great...
Fight anybody. Ain't nobody else in here but me. What is that?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I know. I won't fight you, though.
But I have to tell you, Dickens has come on. He's gotten 9 points in the second half. And a lot of it thanks to Mr. Baycoat and some beautiful feeds. Now, let's take a look at Hampton. Of course, I got Ray.
I tell you, Ricky Hatcher Jr.'s done 14. A good job.
Well,
number 34.
Well, let me just tell you. I got, we'll keep looking at it. You call the game.
And Bethel's just going to play keep away. And what you got to do is foul. Try to get Bethel to miss some foul shots. And that's still out of the 1-and-1 for Bethel, yet that's just a 16 foul.
Got it here. So far. And yeah, I have to say he's played well with 4 fouls for the last 5 minutes. He really has. It's been a great night, Bob. Again, we want to thank Tidewater Team Sports, Terry McNamara, Dave Chubb for supplying the shirts for our players at the games tonight. We want to thank LSC, our local channel. We want to thank Krista and all the people in the back. Oh, and Andy, I hope you get better, buddy, if you get to watch this game.
Well, what I want to say is Renee Camden.
Absolutely.
We forgot her. That was my mistake. I apologize, Renee. I love you. I'm sorry about that.
Well, let me just say this. If it ain't for Renee, nobody knows we're here.
That's right.
She handled the paperwork. So thank you, Renee. We here. Hello.
Krista's done a great job for his first time being a director of
an
event like this.
It's going to be Hampton's ball. Well, it's a 10-point game with 20.6 seconds to go. Let's see if Hampton at least gets it under 10. And I'm glad you found out that they're going to be a rematch, even though the districts change at the end of the game. This game could be a whole lot different by the end of the season. You can't play with it.
If you remember last year, Hampton beat the Dickens out of Bethel in the first game, and Bethel beat them over here in the last game of the season.
Yep. I forgot about that. But let me tell you something. Mr. Okafor, Mr. Dickens, he scored, I've got him down for 9, 10, 4. No, I got to look at the wrong man. Excuse me. I've got him down for 10, 11 points tonight offensively. But if you could add his defensive points, he'd have another 8 or 10, because if he didn't block it, he altered it.
That's the key. With a guy like that, you don't always have to block the shot.
Right.
If you alter it, that's as good as a block.
Amen. And then he's been able to come down with a few key rebounds, and I love the way he's been fed for the slam dunks.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do with 6'11".
And what I wanted to explain is you need to have a. You've got points and rebounds and all that. How about altered shot category?
Well, like I say, if you get, I used to say, if you get 1 point for every time you made a defensive play, it'd be a different game out there.
Absolutely.
It'd have a whole different mindset for some players.
You're absolutely correct.
But I used to tell my point guards, I said, you go out there and you make a play, even though if you make a defensive play, that's like giving us 1 point if you stop the ball.
And if you get an assist, it's like you got the basket.
Exactly.
Because that guy wouldn't have got it if you didn't get it to him in a scoring situation. Back to a 10-point lead with 8 seconds to go, and I think this is pretty well wrapped it up.
And I'm going to tell you, Bethel has put on a display here tonight, and I know Coach Baycoat said he was, the coach from Bethel, Breon, said he was a little bit nervous, but I'm going to tell you what, his young men stood forth, and the people that were supposed to play did not only scored, but they dished the ball as well as scored. Now our players of the game of the night, of course, for Bethel, Mr. Baycoat by far with scoring 27 points, and for Hampton, we're going with Mr. Ray, scored 14 points. And, it's been a nice game. He had 4 fouls and was able to play the last 6 minutes defensively without getting that 5th foul and put some more points on the board. He scrapped well.
Yes, he
did. So, Bob, thanks everybody for letting us do this. Bob, why don't you take it home?
Let me tell you, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to LFC, your local sports channel. I want to thank the entire crew. I want to thank Brent Musgrove. This has been an awesome game. The final score was 47 for the Crabbers, 54 for the Bruins. I'm Bob Hitch. Good night, everybody.